So I want to share about a time that I was mad at God. I think that if I'm wrong or you have your own, let me know in the comments. We are afraid to say, I felt like God messed up. I felt like God made an error. I didn't like when God did this. So I didn't like that. And we can say it honestly from a place of this is how I was actually feeling, right? So about 3 years ago, something crazy happened to me. I felt like it was so undeserved. And I'm like, God, why would you do this to me? My whole life just got turned upside down, right? And I think I was mad at God for a minute. I don't know. It happened in April. I probably was mad at God from April until like the end of the year because it was just like I'm like 1 plus 1 was now equaling 0. So it's like, what are you doing? I don't understand it. Okay. So as I'm going through all of these ups and downs and challenges and changes, and I got people who once loved me and was like always on my side. These people are talking crazy about me. Everything is just like turned upside down. Fast forward, it wasn't until almost a year later that I was like, God, that's what you were doing. So now I understand that scripture that says it was good for me that I was afflicted, because if not, I would not have known the glory of God. Let me tell you what happened on the other side. On the other side, I feel as if my gift of discernment became stronger in a way where I could feel things. Last year, my uncle passed away on November 17th. It's about to come up on his anniversary now. And the week before he died, so sad. Like, I just could not shake it. I couldn't get around it. Mind you, nothing wrong was going in my life. As a matter of fact, I had just got elected to office. So you would have thought that it was like the best time of my life. I was in love. Like, everything was on the up and up, but I was so sad. And I remember speaking to my aunt, shout out to Aunt Maria, and she was just telling me that discernment is not only in the moment, you can have discernment. So what happened is, once I got the news that my uncle passed away, and this was my paternal uncle, I had to go and be around my family. Now, the thing is, I wasn't really raised around my uncle. It's not that we didn't have a relationship or whatever, but it wasn't as strong, as close as my cousins. So when I got around my family, everybody was crying. It was like a really sad, unfortunate situation because he died unexpectedly. For some reason, I was able to be so calm. I was able to be the anchor. And then eventually my family was like, look, we want you to eulogize him. So imagine, I went from being so sad about what I thought was nothing, and then I find out my uncle passed away. And I think that's what happens as visionaries, as leaders. We can call ourselves empaths. We can call ourselves the chosen ones. But ultimately, what it really is when God has a calling on your life, you will experience things that other people don't experience. People can't experience. People will never understand. And I guess what I want to say to you today is, it's okay for you to admit how you feel about God, how you feel to God, because that's what a relationship is. Because what I found is, if you just hang on, and one of my most fervent prayers today is, God, I don't like this, but I trust you. God, this doesn't feel good, but I trust you. Because I see that through it all, God is faithful. Even when we don't like it, even when things that come to quote unquote hurt us, break us, God is using it to strengthen us. So like I said, my gift of discernment is so much stronger, to where I can feel things and not even be in the room, not even be in the situation. I could be on Zoom and team meetings and wait, something is off with this person or something is that. Again, we don't always understand what's happening in the moment that it's happening. But if you have faith, if you have patience, you just learn to trust. I know that's not easy, to trust an entity that you can't see, you can't feel, like your natural senses are not tapping into it. But I promise you, if you say, you know what, God, I'm going to walk with you, I'm going to follow you, Watch what happens on the other side. I pray this message helps somebody who's hurting, who's in a time of uncertainty, who doesn't know exactly what's going on, because I'm seeing a lot of these messages where people are setting dates to say, this is the day that I'm leaving. Don't leave. Hang on. I promise you, God is going to bless. He has so much for you. Love you. God bless.